It's no secret that a legal education is expensive. In this video, we'll discuss tips on receiving, evaluating, and negotiating your scholarship offers. To start, let's discuss the scholarship review process. Financial awards usually fall into two categories: merit-based awards, where you're given money based on the quality of your application, and need-based awards, where you're given money based on your financial need. How each school distributes these awards can vary, but most schools will automatically review your application for merit-based awards at the same time they review your application for admission. Need-based awards are typically handed out in a separate review process based on your demonstrated financial need. Either the admissions office or the financial aid office might conduct this review. When you're admitted to a school, you'll likely find out any awards granted to you at the same time or soon thereafter. Once you're admitted, another category of scholarships also opens up to you. That is private scholarships. These are typically funded by an outside source, such as a school's alumni, or through a separate organization altogether, like the American Bar Association or other groups. You'll want to be admitted to a program and know that you're definitely going to law school before applying to these. You will need to proactively apply for private scholarships. This requires a separate application and often a short essay explaining why you're deserving of that award. Private scholarships can have all different requirements, such as having a demonstrated interest in pursuing a specific field of law, or having attended a particular type of school for high school or undergrad. Your school might inform you of certain private scholarships they offer, but there are many scholarship awards out there that you'll need to seek out yourself. There are a lot of websites that have already compiled lists of scholarships that are available to law students, so I encourage you to seek those out and research opportunities you might qualify for. Next, I encourage you to apply early. Most schools employ rolling admissions and hand out awards at the same time that they hand out their offers. There is typically a finite pool of funding, so you want to be sure to get your application in early to receive consideration for all possible opportunities. If you apply late, it's very likely that scholarship funding might already be tied up with other students. At that point, you may need to wait until those awarded students commit to going elsewhere and their scholarship money can be released and redistributed to you or other applicants. The next tip is for you to evaluate a school's offer by calculating how much you'll actually receive and how much you'll be left to pay at the end of the day. This might sound simple, but scholarship offers can be confusing or even unintentionally misleading. They usually come in two forms. The first is a percentage, where you'll be awarded, for example, 75% tuition scholarship. The second is an absolute number, such as being awarded a $20,000 a year scholarship. Even if one sounds better than the other, do the math. Figure out what the scholarship actually amounts to and the difference you'll be left responsible to pay. You must consider scholarships in the context of the total cost of attendance. So in addition to tuition, this includes room and board, transportation, and other personal expenses associated with living and studying at that school. It might end up costing you more to study in a large city where you received a $40,000 scholarship versus a smaller city or more rural area where you received a $30,000 scholarship. Even though the first is a larger amount, calculate how much it will actually cost you to attend each program. My next tip is for you to look into whether your scholarship is secured for 2L and 3L year. A good scholarship is really exciting, but is it too good to be true? Some scholarships will be guaranteed for all 3 years, and others come with conditions for renewal. So a $20,000 a year scholarship that's guaranteed for all 3 years may ultimately be better than a $30,000 a year scholarship that you might lose in your second and third year. So consider what the conditions on renewing your scholarship are and how difficult that might be to do. One of the best resources to help you contextualize this are the ABA 509 required disclosures. These are available on the ABA's website. If you generate a 509 report, there is a section titled Conditional Scholarships, where you can see the number of conditional scholarships awarded each year and how many students were able to renew their scholarship and how many lost their scholarship or had it reduced the following year. So I want you to ask law schools these questions. Is my scholarship for 1 year or 3 years, and is it guaranteed? If it's not guaranteed, is there a specific GPA I must maintain or other conditions? What is the scholarship retention rate? Or in other words, the rate at which students keep their scholarship from the first year to the second year and the second year to their third year. Lastly, look into whether you have the chance to earn the scholarship back in case you were to lose it. These are all important questions to know the answer to when evaluating and comparing your scholarship offer. My next tip is for you to negotiate your offers. For better or worse, negotiating scholarships is a reality of today's admissions process. Some schools openly negotiate with students and even expect it when they make you an initial offer. Other schools have a strict policy of no negotiations. So know what the policy is at the schools you're considering and set your expectations accordingly. In order to negotiate, you'll want to save all your scholarship letters from other schools. You'll then send these competing letters to a school and make an argument as to why you'd like to be considered for additional money. Keep in mind that you're likely to be considered for more money if you have higher offers from competing schools. A full ride from a not-so-great school won't give you the leverage when asking for more money from the best school you got into. It's always worth asking to be considered for additional awards, but accept that some schools might not be willing to negotiate with you. In that case, you're no worse off than when you started. This brings me to my next point. Understand the admissions timelines for negotiation. You should make your request for more scholarship money a few weeks or a month before the first seat deposit is due at that school. Deposit deadlines typically occur in the spring around April 1st or April 15th. There's very little chance you'll receive any increased award until after that deposit deadline has passed. When the deadline passes and students who were previously awarded scholarships do not submit a deposit to secure their seat, that money will then become available again. Based on how many students submitted a deposit, a school may also be incentivized to offer more money to their remaining highly qualified students who ask for it in order to keep them committed to attending their program. Lastly, always remember to conduct yourself with integrity and be respectful of others in this process. Admissions and financial aid representatives are usually willing to work with you, but understand that their hands might be tied in some situations. And while it might feel great to receive large offers from multiple institutions, if you have no intention of attending a particular school, don't needlessly engage in negotiations. Keep in mind that any scholarship given to you might be money taken away from another deserving candidate who could really use the help in order to attend their dream school. For any help securing your financial award, feel free to reach out to us at jdadvising.com or purchase a consulting package on our website.